Thank you for staying with us. The independent South African band, The Brother Moves On, is looking for assistance for their first ever North American tour, Zulus of New York. The band has already raised 90,000 Rand in the last 3 months after receiving support from various organizations. For more on this conversation, we're joined by members of the group, Tseliso, Monaheng and Zweli, Mthembu. Gentlemen, thanks for coming on to the show.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Zweli, let's start off with you and let's talk about the inspiration, Zulus of New York. I mean, it's got a catch to it.
Yeah, it has. It actually we borrowed the title from Ubabu Zeksimda. He has a beautiful book. It's written about a bunch of warriors who are uprooted from home after the Battle of Isandlwane to go to New York and around America to sort of create a freak show, if I could say.
Yeah.
So through the book, Zeksimda aims to humanize those people because, of course, you know, it's like a zoo. It's like a human zoo. So we are also taking a freak show to New York and want to humanize our own identity too.
Well, you're all about these titles. I mean, the Brother Moves On.
Yeah,
itself, you know, TBMO is quite catchy. Why The Brother Moves On?
It's a wordplay. We took it from a character in The Wire called The Brother Moves On, who is a silent assassin who moves from city to city, murdering evil people, but on the behest of other evil people. So his job is to sort of rid the world of vermin, if I could say. So that's what we do through music. We travel from town to town, getting rid of evil spirits, if I may say.
Okay, so now there have been some challenges, obviously, in you getting out to New York, which would be your first tour. Walk us through some of these challenges. What progress have you made to date? Well,
the progress we've made is that we've raised 120K for... Yeah, it wasn't 90, it was 120K. Through Lubanzi Wines and through Scene and a few of our loving and adoring fans. So now we need money for accommodation and tour support throughout the country and some technical stuff through there too.
So 120K is what you've raised. How much more do you need?
We need 360K more.
360K more.
Yeah.
Gee, so it's a massive, massive tour. But we're going to come back to that in a moment. Tseliso, your role is obviously to document the
live music scene, and I've worked with the homies for quite a while. I even got the T-shirt. It's like 12 years old. But you're not seeing that.
I'm sure not. So let's talk about what that all means. How do you put it all together? Because I'd imagine that a documentary or documentation over this long grows or evolves or develops over time.
Yeah, man. I mean, you get to learn the challenges that are involved in the live music sector and in touring, and especially now in this world, touring post-COVID. You know what I mean? Something like this would have perhaps been a more bearable cost. It still would have been a lot, but it would have been a more bearable cost before, you know, the pandemic. But, you know, things have the world is at war. Things are more pricey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as well, let's come back to the group, which obviously has been around for some time. And jazz is your genre. Let's talk about the appeal. You know, do you appeal to young people as much as you appeal to the older generation? I've always felt, and I suppose I stand to be guided, because you're seeing a lot more young jazz enthusiasts, a lot more jazz musicians that are younger than the older folks that
I'll tell you the first thing about jazz. It's timeless.
Yeah.
And it's not a genre. So you cannot say you are jazz. You know, jazz will choose you. But appealing to the youth, it's timeless. So it's not really for old people or young people. It's the youth in your heart and the age that exists within your music is what will translate. And I think that we've been seeing support from age groups all across, you know. Weirdly enough, the youngins are really, really digging our vibe, which is really, really, it touches me. Yeah.
And collaborations?
My favorite collaboration has been with Thandi Ntuli, but we've also worked with the likes of the great Tseliso, so you can see how that works, you know what I mean?
So let's talk about how your music has evolved over the last few years and what it is that you were taking to to the US?
What we're taking to the US is it's a lot, because we've got an album called Bayakala, She Who Feeds You, and those are songs that we crafted from back in the day, but to sort of capture the essence of now, you know what I mean? And what we're taking to the US is also some new work that we've been messing around with for our new coming album. Yeah, can't say too much about that.
Well, you talk about the album title, She Who Feeds You Owns You.
Yes.
I think is the part that
She Who Feeds You Owns You.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, it's a quote from Thomas Sankara, you know, and judging with now and GBV and all of those things, we're trying to show that, like, the earth is kind of a woman, and how you treat women translates. So with that said, She Who Feeds You is important because you cannot bite the hand that feeds you. And a lot of our brothers today tend to bite the hand that feeds them. So we felt like that would impact society in a positive way if we named it that.
Okay. Now, as we wrap, Tseliso, if you were to summarize a descriptor of the group in a few words, somebody said to you, talk to me about the Brother Moves On. Describe them. How would you describe them?
Generational, free-spirited, extremely dope. Yeah.
All right, I like that. Extremely dope. I will hang on to that. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming onto the show, and wish you all the best with that fundraiser, another 360,000 rand that